Welcome to the Conscious Crew podcast. I'm DJ Marty McFly. Today we've got Ananda here. We have Maddie.
What's good?
And Rodney Ryan down at the end. Our topic for today is nurturing your creativity. So this applies to, the youth all the way into adulthood. It's really important to make sure you're always in touch with your creativity in some aspect. I mean, if it's an instrument or if it's creative writing, in some kind of way. We just feel like it's really important.
Even cooking can be creative. Even just problem solving. There's so many ways you can be creative. Creativity is how I deal with burnout. When I'm really burnt out, I'll just doodle, or I'll get with my son, draw, create music pieces. It really helps me to deal when there is too much going on and I'm feeling burnt out. And also, it helps you to problem solve in adult life. If you are short on some money for this bill, having creativity will have your mind open. Oh, well, maybe I can do this, move this around, move my numbers around. Also, with the kids, I try to instill that in my children too, so they can do that as they grow,
Right. I think even, being an artist or what have you isn't necessarily a career choice for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But, if you never give your kids a chance to pursue those things, that side of their creativity of trying instruments, doing things like that, then, they're not going to ever know if that was even a possibility,
Right.
And, so many people aren't really feeding that side to their children or even for themselves, like you're saying, it is a way to make an extra income or something like that at times if you really develop that talent. So, yeah, especially living in Iowa, where we're at here in Iowa, a lot of people here, they don't really look at being a musician or artist as a career. They don't feel like it's a reality. And even, I had a lot of people influence me in my DJ career that, you're not going to be able to make an income. Make sure you're always keeping another job, and now, through hard work and everything that we've done, this is our full-time thing with this entertainment business. So, it's really important, and even if you're in a smaller community, hey, you just have less competition. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's not to say that it can't be done anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah. I find it really important to always keep that creative energy flow moving too, because we have access, being here on Earth, to infinite creative potential.
Mm-hmm.
The Earth holds a lot of creative potential and houses so many beings, and if we can really stay connected to ourself and our soul, we have access to infinite doorways that we can tap into at any moment. And whether you're working at a desk job for a corporate company or you're an artist on the street, you need to have problem-solving abilities.
Yeah.
You need to have different, you need to be able to open these doorways in your own mind, in your own consciousness, and be able to, that's how we connect with people. Creating conversation and flowing and weaving and, harmonizing connection, too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's so important. So important. And it allows opportunities to open up when you keep your mind open. Yeah.
And a lot of schools of thought, that's what we're here to create. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. We from the beginning of time we build civilizations, and then we set structures, and then structures become more structures, and then infrastructures, thoughts, that's what we do. We create, So it is very important to nurture that, however the individual chooses to do it,
So you had mentioned that, when you're feeling burned out, having a, low vibe day or what have you, that you like to get creative. So can everyone kind of say a couple things that they like to do when they're having that kind of day, something creative that kind of gets you reset or that you enjoy?
For me, it can be, my son, my youngest son, playing with him, just playing action figures and like
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
of it like a story for what's going on with the action figures.
Take you back to your like childhood.
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, it could be anything. Like cooking, you can cook. I like to cook. Like that's one thing that if I'm super in my head, and it's just like, rah, I'll just start doing a task that creates something.
Yes.
I mean, you know me. I'm kind of a creatoraholic. Create music,
Alchemy.
doodle. Huh?
Alchemy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Transforming that energy into something that's going to be nourishing to yourself or another.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about you, Maddie? What do you got?
Well, I feel like it's important to like touch on all different aspects of creativity.
Mhm.
No matter if you're good at it or not, I feel like everyone should always try everything.
Right.
Like, so for this is an example where I tried to make a dress. Although it was a fun process, it was not my thing. I tried it and I didn't really enjoy it. Something else I've tried that I actually do enjoy is dance. Like, I've always loved dancing, but I've always been kind of scared because I just had like these thoughts that kind of held me back. I was always conditioned to think like, oh, you aren't going to be a good dancer. Like, you can't dance. Like, I always thought as an adult you aren't allowed to have hobbies. I don't know why, but that's just what I thought. So I've been getting back into dancing, and it's been something that I have fallen in love with. Something else that I enjoy is painting and drawing.
Nice.
And, the old-fashioned stuff. Like, I want to get back into. I'm really good at drawing graffiti, and that's something that I love doing. Like, not spray paint graffiti, like actually like drawing it. So just stuff like that. Like you said, cooking and experimenting with different foods. I love that.
Yeah.
How about you, Ananda?
I love doing all those things that you guys were talking about, and really so much. I love dance as well, and I love just like whipping out different instruments and playing with them as well, seeing how I can like harmonize my voice with different styles of music. I also love yoga. Yoga is something that resets me. Like, that's probably like my bottom line strongest reset is yoga, like practicing handstands, practicing poses and different movements in my body that like push me and challenge me to be stronger, to like move in different ways. That's something that helps me reset and just drop out of my mind into my body, into like that creative epicenter that we are. We totally are. Yeah, yoga's definitely one. And cooking. I
Yeah.
love cooking. I love making like herbal tea blends. That's something I love. And I love like seeing how I can make food that taste like absolutely incredible but be like as healthy as possible too.
Right.
That's something I love.
Nice.
Making super decadent like desserts.
And I've tried some of her food,
chocolate.
and she's dang
That's
good
like-
at it.
Yeah.
Making healthy stuff that tastes amazing. So
We gotta collab.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
We gotta create.
It's awesome how
For
that
real, though.
creativity kind of brings you into the moment too. Because a lot of what's that saying? If you're living in the past or you're living in the future, then I messed that one
We're
up.
not in the present.
Right? Yeah. I mean, that was-
and the present is the gift.
yes, and
There
the
you go.
present is the gift. Right. So that's where creativity is really good for bringing you right into the present moment.
Something else that I like just thought of is so I do like modeling part-time as well. A lot of people don't really think of modeling as like a creative outlet. I just think of it as like I just love whenever I see an outfit on a mannequin or something, or if I'm thrift shopping and I see something that's like not as attractive, I always take that and I always try to think like how can I make this
A bomb
into
butt.
a bomb outfit. And I like something else before I actually had photographers, I would set up my self camera and basically be my own model. And I don't know why, but I find that so fun. Like I get into this flow, and I can do that for hours. And I don't do it in a conceited way, but I kind of do it as like I am my own art type of way. And I take like I have a strong passion. Oh, this is strong passion for fashion, and so I kind of take that, and I take my passion for modeling, and I take my passion for, I guess, photography, and I kind of mash them all together into one. Although I'm not super big into photography, I used to be really into it in high school, so I kind of still have that in me. I just kind of intertwine all of those together. But I love expressing myself through fashion. I've been like experimenting with it more. And I just feel like that's a kind of unique type of creativity that not a lot of people give credit to.
Sure.
That's absolutely creative.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I love doing that kind of stuff sometimes too. Like seeing how you can like use the shadow and stuff like this too to like
and like make your body into like, shapes.
Yeah.
Like I think that's cool.
Nice.
Very.
I love that too.
Cool.
Well, for me, I'm a DJ, obviously, so I do. I like to do mixes. I like to get creative. I make playlists when I like to get old songs and just make them into like a vibe. So, for example, if I have an event coming up, I'll kind of figure out what do I want this event to feel like, and then I'll just go from like old music to current stuff and just like create a vibe. So that's one thing I like to do. Of course, producing music. I love to create, recording and the things that we do with that. I love to do that. I always wish I had more time to do that. So, and then of course, all the things you guys said are awesome ideas. So, I really like to just embrace different opportunities and do different things. So,
don't sleep on the fact that business is creative as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, out of all the things that we do, having a business and creating your own business lane is probably one of the most creative things that we do, and that's why I'm very thankful to my family for allowing me to be creative and encouraging that, because I mean,
ditto.
I wouldn't have survived without someone nurturing my creativity. So
right, yeah, you got to definitely be a problem solver when it comes to business ownership and things like that. So yeah, and getting creative how to make that dollar.
Right.
Definitely.
So yeah,
and align it with your passions too. That's been like almost 24/7 for me, especially after coming home from Hawaii. I've been like, okay, now money, matrix, things, need to do these things now. And something that I have had a challenging time with my entire life is working for someone that I don't align with the dream they're building. And so that's turned me to be like, okay, well actually I'm really here to like build my own dream and like co-create with others to create a dream that we all are aligned with. So how can I make a substantial amount of income supporting myself and being able to like share and also do things that I love, and that takes so much creativity. That takes so much creativity, but it's fun. Like when you're like making money and also like doing things that you adore. That's like the best thing I can imagine. Like finding a good balance between the two. That's
absolutely.
And I'm going to do a little plug here with Conscious Crew, because that is what we're all about. Like I want to provide opportunities to people to express their art. We've got, of course, you're going to be performing at the Conscious Kickback March 13th at Vaudeville Muse. Maddie's helping with promo, and Rodney's just all over the place, helping do different things, connecting with artists and things.
Right.
So I just want to take a second too, just to say thank you guys so much for like everything you've done so far and like everything that you guys plan to do. It's so special, and like Conscious Crew is just, it is a collective. That's how when we were creating this thing, it was like, it was a collective of artists, and we're just building the business upon that. With the podcast to the kickback, those are the two biggest pieces so far. But with the music going to be released in the spring, we're definitely just working away, and we love every minute of it. So, we're giving artists that aren't here, everyone that's on the kickback, they're getting an opportunity to express their art. So that's why the Conscious Crew is here. It's so that we can create a platform for artists, and more specifically, they're artists that are bringing positivity and not glorifying the negativity and perpetuating lies like you see in the mainstream music industry today. So it's like a win-win-win-win-win and some more wins.
Win.
So,
Win was it? But it's a win-win.
right.
Right?
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
like, so it's beneficial for everyone. And we just, we appreciate all the support from people that have been watching these videos. We've been getting a good amount of support from, since we've been growing this. It's really come a long ways. And, just to see, even just locally, we're getting like 1,000 to 2,000 views on videos. And it's awesome. And, the sponsorships that we're securing for the kickback. We've got Fong's Pizza. We've got Court Avenue Restaurant Brewing, Inner Space. We've got Good Vibes. We've got, who else am I missing? Des Moines Brothers Entrepreneur, and all the awesome things that they're doing. So yeah, we're definitely excited for the kickback. We're looking at capacity, crowd there. So thank you guys again, and thank you to everyone that's watching. Be sure you get your ticket.
Nurture creativity.
Nurture your creativity. Peace.